question of whether progress has taken place is not a matter of having a sunny disposition or rose-colored glasses or seeing the glass as half full. It's an empirical hypothesis. Human well-being can be measured. Life, health, sustenance, prosperity, peace, freedom, safety, knowledge, leisure, happiness. If they have increased over time, I submit, that would be progress. Well, let's go to the data. A huge decline in extreme poverty, defined by the World Bank as $1.90 per person per day, the bare, rock-bottom minimum necessary to feed oneself and one's family. By that criterion, 200 years ago, 90% of the world's population lived in extreme poverty. That has fallen to less than 10%. Indeed, there's been a 75%, a three-quarters reduction in the rate of extreme poverty just in the last 30 years. Many economists call this the greatest achievement in all of human history. Virtually no one is aware of it. If you don't just look at the worst cases, but you add up an index of democracy versus autocracy across all of the world's countries, then you see that over the last 200 years, the world has been democratized dramatically, and this decade has probably been the most democratic in the history of humanity. In the early 19th century, the world had a handful of democracies comprising about 1% of the world's population. Today, about 2/3 of the world's countries are more democratic than autocratic, comprising about 2/3 of the world's population. We have been getting smarter. This is true. In a well-documented phenomenon called the Flynn effect, IQ scores have increased by 3 points a decade all over the world for a century. So we are 30 IQ points higher than our great-grandparents a century ago because of gains in the spread of education, because of advances in nutrition and health, and because of the proliferation of abstract technical concepts from science and visual symbols from domains of science and technology into everyday life. Progress is not a matter of being an optimist. It's not a matter of seeing the glass as half full. It's a matter of knowing the facts. Progress is a demonstrable fact of human history.